Hey, so today I'm going to show you how to do some basics within Pixlr. I'm going to start off by going to Pixlr.com. Once you get to Pixlr.com, you're going to scroll down till you see the Pixlr Editor. You're going to launch the web app. If you have something that's saved, you're going to browse and open that guy. And if not, you're going to create a new image. I'm just going to enable mine example 1. Name yours whatever you like, and I like the transparent. So for starters, we're going to put a background on. So what you're going to do is double click on your layer 0. You're going to label that background. You're going to click off in this area. That's fine. Then you're going to get the selection tool. You're going to come up to the top left corner, click, hold it down, and drag, and let go. You should see the line start to move. Then you will get your paint bucket tool. First, make sure you have to select your color down here in the left hand corner, whatever color you want to fill with. I'm going to do white. I try to stay friendly with the colors, so just in case I need to print a document, it won't be a lot of colors and a lot of. So you fill that in white, and you must deselect so you can get this line to go away. There's two ways. You can do edit, you can do deselect here, or you can do the shortcut Control D. I'm a shortcut person, so I'm going to do Control D. There we have it. So next I want to add a border because we're making a flyer, so I like my flyers to have borders. So we're going to add a new layer. We're going to label that the border. So what you want to do to create the border, I still want my writing surface white, so I'm going to create drawing tool. I almost made a mistake and didn't get on my layer. Make sure you're on the border layer. Your drawing tool. You're going to come up here whether you want your sharp edges. I'm going to do a sharp edge border this time. This is a rounded edge, and then here's some other shapes you can draw. I'm not dealing with those right now. The border size, I want it to be 10. That's actually how thick it will be. I'm going to uncheck this box because I do not want my box filled in. You have to check whatever color your border is down here and pick your color. I'm going to go with a greenish type color. I'm in the mood for green today. Click OK. Now you're going to start up here again in your left hand corner and click, drag. And don't worry if you don't get this perfect the first time. We can always adjust it. I'll show you how. So you click, drag, get it about even as you can, and let go. And look at there. We have us a nice little clean border to start us off with. Let's say you didn't do yours right the first time. You can edit and you can click free transform, or you can do the Control T shortcut. These little blue boxes will come up. These will allow you to rotate if you see the little round arrow like you see here. And if you see this straight arrow here, it's allow you to actually stretch out and reduce the size of the square. So if you wanted to move that guy or do anything like that. Also here, you can do the same thing. So we're good. We're going to apply these changes. Whenever you do free transform, it's going to ask you, do you want to apply the changes? If you say yes, it's going to stay whatever you moved. If you say no, it's going to go back to the original shape. So be sure if you do want the changes to apply the changes, and if you don't, hit cancel. Okay, so we have our border, so now let's add us some text. Okay, so we're going to do something real simple. First of all, our text, I want to change my font. I don't want regular Varied font. I want to go with the Chiller. I like this font. One of my favorites. Increase the size a little bit. Let's say we're going to teach you how to upload a picture. Oh, we could say how to create a folder. In Google Drive. Now let's do something more practical. I don't like that one. How to create a Gmail account. There you go. I like that a little better. That's a little more practical, something that you can actually use to guide somebody. So we're going to, how to create a Gmail account. So we're going to do a couple of different things. That's text is on one different layer. I'm going to leave that on the layer by itself because I do not want to mess with it anymore. So I'm going to come down here and add a layer. I'm going to change my font up a little bit. I'm going to also change my color. I'm going to go to more of a bluish color for my steps. So, oh, what happened, guys? I didn't select in here first. So, I want step 1. That's a little big, so we're going to reduce the size of that. We don't want it that big for our steps. Step 1, and we're also going to change this color to like a bluish color. So we got step 1. Let's make that bold a little bit. Yeah, I like that. So we have step 1. So let's see how this is going to work out for us. So step 1. What would step 1 be? So step 1 would be visit www.gmail.com. Notifications popping up, sorry about that. gmail.com. I like that. So, and then step 2 would be what? What would we create step 2? So let's say step 2. Let's do this. I'm going to duplicate a layer so I don't want to change my text. So I'm going to delete this. Click OK. I'm going to duplicate this layer so that way we have 2 step 1s. And what I'm going to do is take this step 1 and I'm going to change the text. Oops, sorry. So click on that with the text tool. Make sure you select the text tool, click on that, and you can change. And you don't have to worry about changing the font because it's already the same font. Step 2. Click on the sign up button. That would be our step 2. Click on the sign up button. Step 3. Oh, no, we're green. Remember, we're going to duplicate this. Right click on it with your, not with your pointer finger, but with your middle finger typically. That right click, you're going to duplicate that layer. So we duplicated that layer also. So now we're going to take that layer to, what I did was select the selection tool and allow me to move that down so I can see it now. Click back on the text and click directly on the text and allow you to change it. So you can delete that part. So step 3. Fill in all required information. Click OK. And let's say duplicate this guy again. So now we've duplicated 4. We're going to go to the selection tool again, drag it down, go here, text again, so we can edit our text. Yeah, step 5. And step 4, sorry. Verify account if needed. You don't always have to verify account, so that's why I said if needed. And then we'll add one more final step. You want to keep your steps in 3, 5, and 7. Those are the numbers that are appealing to the human brain. So select that 5 and enjoy your new account features. Click OK. Sorry about the printer in the background. Hopefully you can still hear me pretty well. So what you can do now is, now on these different accounts, on these different layers, you want to keep them in somewhat of an order so you know what you're doing with them, and now you can kind of adjust these. And you can kind of make sure these guys look, you know, pretty even, spaced out. You can make them look however you choose. So you may want to move your stuff down a little further and maybe space it out a little bit. Recognizing that 3 is the middle step, so maybe move that down. Move 4 down. So about midway. Move 5 over. Make sure you click on the layers before you start to move, or otherwise you're going to mess with some of your text that you don't want to deal with. You don't want to do that. So it is somewhat hard to line these up, but if you take a little time, you can get them. Last thing I'm going to show you is if you want to import a picture. So let's say we want to get gmail.com. If we want, oh no, gmail.com, we want to get some pictures of the actual sign up. This is my account. I'm definitely going to sign out so it can look as if no one is here. So if you get this screen, you would have to do use another account, all that good stuff. Sorry about this, guys. Trying to difficult to, there we go. So let's say we wanted to get this screenshot real quick. There's a couple of things you can do. So say you wanted this page, we could go to our snipping tool, and then you can click new snippet, and then what will happen is you can take a screenshot of this whole screen and save that. So if you click file, or you can just copy that screenshot and go back here, and then you should be able to create a new layer and then edit, paste that screenshot. That didn't work, so I'm going to do a separate video on how to upload videos, but this will get you started, how to add text, how to get you a border, and that'll at least get you started. Stay tuned for my video about the uploading pictures and whatnot. So this should help you get going.